Oh?
Yeah, I just turned it on so that we could have it rolling here. So hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Tony and the Bald Guy. I believe this is episode 8. 8 episodes
Already?
in. I know.
Jesus.
Yeah, we've been doing it for a little
cranking
while
them
here.
out. Well, that's good. You got to keep new content.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we do.
What do you got going on here?
Well, we do new content as much as we can. So you know, there are a lot of mandatory mask orders going into place
Set
around
Dog
the country.
Out, just so you know.
Oh, hi, Set Dog.
Set Dog is terrified. Come here, Set Dog.
And so I figured I would buy a mask if I have to wear a mask. You might as well wear a mask. It's fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it weighs a ton, though.
It has a voice changer. Does the little squawk.
Oh, wow.
You know, which
and
is
now you
pretty
know
cool.
why the stormtroopers could never hit a goddamn thing. Can you even see out of that?
Actually, the visibility is not too bad because
Really?
the eyes are a little more panoramic.
No kidding.
On that, you can see that the eyes are a little more.
Well, that's not
panoramic.
the original stormtrooper.
No,
that's
this
one of those clone guys.
This is the new order, from the new movies.
Yeah.
So,
because I was at an event, I used to throw the first baseball out.
Come here.
At Dunedin Stadium on Superhero Night.
Yes.
And there was a stormtrooper there, and he was literally signing an autograph for a little kid. He had it up like this.
Yeah, I've never put one of those helmets on, but the eyes are
only
right
like,
there.
My God.
Yeah,
I mean,
this has where it curves around.
Yeah, no wonder they could never hit a goddamn thing.
Yeah, curves around unless you can see. So anyways, I'll probably wear that mask once in public and be all I can tolerate. But
yeah, but it's a defiance. It's a symbol of protest.
Protest
is big right now.
And have a little bit of fun.
Well, that's what you're doing. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So on today's episode, we are talking about the top 10 superhero movies that millennials have never seen. So
that's why I'm dressed as Charlie Brown.
Yes.
So Charlie Brown is the ultimate superhero. Charlie Brown, no matter how many times he misses that fucking football, he's always there to try again.
And he keeps going back.
He keeps going back and going back and going back. That makes Charlie Brown a superhero.
Because he never quits.
That's right.
Never say die.
People love it when I do this at Halloween.
Yeah.
They fall over laughing. Sometimes I come up to people and I go like, I'm Chuck, I'll kick your ass. You know, that kind of thing. They think it's hilarious.
It's all grown up Charlie Brown.
Yeah, Charlie Brown grew up, started hitting the weights.
That's right.
Got tired of being bullied.
Yep.
Yeah, they love it.
Watch out.
They love it.
Charlie Brown will mess you up.
Yeah. Remember that they did on Family Guy where Charlie Brown comes to the reunion and he's all tatted up. And he busts Schroeder in the mouth and says, "You and that stupid song." Then he gets into this big diatribe about how, I bet you're all wondering where Snoopy is. Well, I sold Snoopy the junk. I didn't know it was that good. He become a drug dealer or something. It was horrible.
Well, hey, you never know what can happen to Charlie Brown.
Lots of abuse there.
If you like the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like this episode, hit the like button. All that usual stuff that all the YouTube people tell you to do, like, subscribe, all that, yada, yada, yada. We just want you to watch the show. So anyways, we're going to jump right in to number 10 on the top 10 superhero movies that millennials have never seen.
Now, they would know about this, though.
They should know.
I think in one of the end credit scenes of one of the Marvel movies, Howard the Duck showed up. I think it was one of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, he was in a container at the very end.
Right.
So this movie is actually widely panned, and a lot of people talk about how terrible it is.
Panned as why didn't it get its Oscar?
It's actually, I
love
like
it.
the movie. I really enjoyed Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
It's
all practical effects.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who played him? Was it Billy Barty? Who was in this?
I don't know. I'd have to take a look.
I think it was the same guy that played the Ewok, and he was in Willow, but don't quote me. Don't quote me. Look it up.
Okay.
But it was either him or Billy Barty, I think.
I don't know. So yeah, that's when they would use an actual little person in a costume to do Howard the Duck. And, I mean, it's got a young, hot Leah Thompson in it. Which
good Lord.
She was great in this, This is right after Back to the Future, actually. It's like the year after Back to the Future came out was Howard the Duck.
And like I said, when you see her at a con or something, she's got a line that goes around the building.
Yeah.
Because she's done all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She was in everything when we were kids.
Yeah. Well, and the soundtrack to this movie is actually really great.
Duck. She actually sang that, didn't she?
Yes. Yeah. There's a whole chick band thing going on, and her and Her and the Duck, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Wait,
and Tim Robbins, George Lucas, executive producer of this thing.
Did they get it on in that movie? I can't remember. There's a lot of panty shots of her in that movie.
Yeah, there are a lot of shots of her just hanging out in her underwear in Howard the Duck.
But that's like bestiality or something.
He's an alien, technically.
Okay, so that's pansexuality?
Interspecies.
Pansexuality? I think there's this kid on Facebook that I talk to all the time. He's one of the superheroes up in New York.
Yeah.
And he's explaining all this stuff to me. I'm like, what the hell is that? And he's like, oh, well, pansexuality means you like everything. That's opposite of asexuality. I'm like, what the hell is that? Means you like nothing, so...
Well,
he's getting me woke.
Yes.
But
and Howard the Duck.
So that's pansexuality. You like aliens, but that's beastie. Well, he's sentient though. He's intelligent.
He's an intelligent alien.
He's an intelligent alien.
Wouldn't be an animal.
Yeah, that's actually less gross than sleeping with the thing from Spliced. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Spliced?
No, where that thing and Adrian Brody creates it and then it sleeps with him. It's this.
I have no idea what superhero's talking about here.
It's either called Spliced. No, I think it is called Spliced. There's also a cartoon named Spliced that is hilarious.
I will.
And it's Adrian Brody, and he creates this thing in a petri dish, and it turns into this eventually anthropomorphic, kind of hot but not chick with a tail or something. And he sleeps with it. And that is way grosser than sleeping with Howard the Duck.
Yeah, I mean, That is you're going to have to put, because no one's believing me. He's just an alien that looks like a duck. Technically, he's not a duck.
Yeah.
He's an alien that looks like a duck.
Well, on his planet, ducks were the intelligent life form, like in Planet of the
Apes. Right, exactly.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Well, moving on to number 9 here.
Wait a minute, I think everyone still wants to hear about pansexuality with ducks.
And number 9 on the list, another classic, The Toxic Avenger.
Remember Denise Messino, Miss Olympia, that came to one of your festivals a few years ago, pushing her documentary, The Adventures of Misfit, which is really good. You should put a link to it here for people so they can get their hands on it. I think it's on Amazon Prime or something.
Probably.
She's friends with the guy who played Toxie.
Oh, really?
They work out together, and he was actually a lawyer.
Interesting.
In real life. Yeah, who acted on the side.
Well, either be a lawyer or be a toxic superhero.
Yeah.
I mean, the choice is clear.
Now, this had action figures. It had a cartoon.
It even had multiple sequels.
What's the name of the schlock guy that makes all this stuff?
Well, it's Troma Pictures.
Yeah, Troma.
That does it. And now, you see, I should know, but I'm blanking on it right now.
Right here.
But I met his guys in Cannes one year.
Yeah.
That Troma guys had another film there. And he's
made a fortune off of making these little dirt cheap. He's like a Roger Corman.
He does stuff very much in the Roger Corman vein.
Yeah.
And all genre kind of stuff. And this is basically, kind of your basic story. Guy gets bullied. But instead of turning into a superhero, gets toxic sludge and turns into
a superhero.
Toxic. Well, and your traditional superhero.
Yeah.
It's toxic sludge instead of lightning or.
Yeah, he falls into toxic waste.
So very much of the 1980s, like toxic waste was like a thing in the 80s. Like everybody was complaining.
You heard it every other day.
Yeah,
there's lots of Simpsons episodes back then. Mr. Burns dumping green goop into the lake,
right? Which is why the fish with three eyes,
Blinky,
yep. Blinky. Yep, exactly. Yeah. So the Toxic Avenger, and it was just a farcical thing. But they spent. Well, I was going to say they spent some money. They didn't spend some money, but they had action and special effects and. It's definitely worth the viewing for you millennials or others who have not seen The Toxic Avenger circa 1984.
I have Lloyd Kaufman.
Lloyd Kaufman, yes.
Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah.
I have the first issue of the comic bagged and boarded and put away somewhere. Like I said, I don't think Lloyd Kaufman was expecting this to become what it did.
It spawned all of that stuff.
Right, like Killer Tomatoes.
Comics and
Killer Tomatoes
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes
had a cartoon.
Yep.
I never.
This is when you could get a real cult following on a film in these sort of direct-to-video world that was the 1980s.
Highlander tanked in the movie theaters.
Yes.
And look how successful it's been.
Yeah.
it got a sequel based on its video rentals.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, another movie like that is Austin Powers. Austin Powers tanked in the theaters.
And I saw both those movies in the theaters.
3.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them.
Oh, I know, but when I say both, I mean I saw Highlander and Austin Powers, the original ones.
Based entirely on their video rentals. That's
Yep.
It's really good to see, like nowadays, like back in the day, Siskel and Ebert could go like this and you were ruined.
Yeah.
That's completely over with. But anyways, there was a recent thing of that too. There's a really good movie on Netflix. God, we're drawing blanks today. I'm really losing my memory.
This is what happens
It has,
when you film
Will
the show.
Smith in it,
film the show at
and
the
it's
end of the
about
day.
Cops.
Bright.
Yeah,
Yes.
Bright. That movie would, it's terrible. Don't even waste your time. You'll have to pour bleach in your eyes and everything like that. And then it did so well, it's getting a sequel.
Oh, yeah,
and it's an
absolutely.
incredible movie.
Yeah, I liked Bright.
But the critics tried to keep it from being one, but it didn't matter.
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of it nowadays is, and there's the whole Rotten Tomatoes thing, but people can game the system with that kind of stuff. You put up enough reviews and put up enough ratings, people can tank things or make things go up on that kind of stuff.
Right.
You want to hear an interesting story? Is we were blocked in a country, I can't remember, blocked on YouTube for something because you were vaping.
Yes! Sorry about that. I just shot the audio.
No,
I'm sorry about that.
It was Facebook. Facebook would not allow me to boost the video, one of the videos, and advertise it because because you're promoting vaping by vaping in the episode.
What do you think of that? I've been meaning to quit, really.
All right, moving on. 1979.
Reb Brown.
Captain America.
I talk to him on Facebook all the time, speaking of Facebook.
Do you really?
He is an awesome guy, and he's still got a set of guns on him.
How old is he by now?
He's got to be up there.
70s at least.
Yeah, he was in Uncommon Valor, too.
Yeah.
But this guy, the guy that plays Captain America now...
He's a big dude. He's a big dude. Have you seen him?
Okay, turn around and take a look at Reb Brown.
I know.
Reb Brown was like a Mr. America or something.
There's no question.
He's huge.
Yeah.
There's difference now between he's big and what Lou Ferrigno and Arnold when they were Conan and the Hulk and Reb Brown.
Yeah. I'll have to look up their stats and see if they're similar in size. But
no. Reb Brown.
We'll find out.
Reb Brown is huge.
He
played Blaster in Uncommon Valor. He did a lot of bear shirt in there. You saw him. Guy's jacked as.
Yeah, but if you haven't seen
he has a jet motorcycle. Christopher Lee plays the villain. He's got a clear, like a Lexan shield.
Yeah. You can see it right there, kind of. Well,
yeah. And the jet, they even do a stunt where he takes the goddamn motorcycle. I'm sure it's not Reb Brown. I'm sure it's a stuntman. But he takes the jet bike off of a dam, and a hang glider comes out of it.
Yes.
A real hang glider. And they actually did all this. None of this was CGI.
Well, that was the late 70s, early 80s. For some reason, everybody loved the hang gliding stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the hang gliding was a thing.
Yeah, there were shows and movies. There was even a movie about it with James Coburn.
Yeah, and
where they were like these commandos that went in on hang gliders.
Yeah, you see all these hang gliding stunts and things like that.
Yeah.
And for some reason, then people got bored with hang gliding. It went away. And
the best Captain America of all time, Reb Brown.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
He was great. And that's a fun
blonde,
one.
Steve. He looked like Steve Rogers is the thing. What Steve Rogers looked like in the comics.
Yep.
He was, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
And he said he loved working on that. All he really did was drive around the Universal lot all day on the motorcycle waving to people.
Really?
That's all he really did.
Yeah.
That's all he did.
That's fun.
He says, I had a lot of fun making Captain America when I saw him in an interview a while ago.
Yeah.
But he was a B action star. You see a lot of him in, one of his movies is on MST3K.
Oh,
where
really?
He's in outer space and everything like that. Yeah, he made a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, but he's bodybuilder big. He's not, what they consider big now for a movie.
I'll have to look up. We'll look up the stats. I'll throw it on the screen here.
Yeah. He's also tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he like a 6'4", 6'5" kind of guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Chris Evans, who plays the new one, is probably 6'2". But
this is very apt.
yeah.
Sadistic Adventures of Captain Marvel.
That's
this
not
is
the
one of the greatest miniseries you will ever see in your life. It was made in 1941.
Yeah, 40 or 41.
And it is considered to be one of the most true to the comic versions of anything. You know how they make everything for a general audience now? Like a lot of the superhero movies are nothing to do with the comic. Well, this is like canon.
Right.
How he finds the cave, meets Shazam, turns into Captain Marvel, and but the shit it just goes to show.
This is great.
It just goes to show. Now watch what he does
look
here.
What he does here.
He beats up the Taliban, and he sees these guys running away.
He grabs the 50 cal, and he's gunning them down with the machine gun. And then he just chucks the machine gun back because I'm done with this. It's out of ammo.
Yeah. Now you talk about another guy like Reb Brown. Tom Tyler was a rail spike driver in Virginia who just all of a sudden one day said, I think I want to be an actor. So he threw down his sledgehammer and he went out the hub. But look at how strong he is.
I love it.
He'll do stunts in here. They'll show it in reverse. He'll step backwards off a goddamn bridge 20 feet in the air and land on his feet. And then they'll show it forward to make it look like Captain Marvel.
Like he jumped up. Right. Yeah.
Just the stuff he would do. And he didn't use a stunt man.
No.
They use a mannequin to show him flying.
Right.
But other than that, here we go. Look at that.
Yeah, it's just in reverse.
Backwards
it's in
off
reverse,
of that.
which is crazy.
That was 25 feet.
Yeah, with no wires or anything. Yeah.
No, he was my buddy Brian was falling asleep watching this at night one night, and all of a sudden he hears, ah! And he looks, he says, he waits, did Captain Marvel just throw that guy off a building? He picks him up, whoop, right off the side of a building.
Yeah, it was great.
At some point in here, he takes an engine block and bangs some guy's skull in with it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just much different mentality. Back then, the bad guys were the bad guys, and nobody cared about their...
Yeah, and so he does a full... Like, he lifted that guy...
He
pressed him over his head.
That's called a press slam, and he didn't take a post either. No. Like, the guy didn't help him.
He just straight lifted him.
Tyler just straight up press slammed him.
Yeah.
But it was all sledgehammer.
And there goes another one.
Yep.
And he just walks. What prop should I throw you through?
Yeah. Talk or...
Oh, hey, look.
Oh, look.
A bed of nails.
Yeah.
If I impale
if
you
I remember
those.
correctly, Cap got the information from him and then tossed him there anyway, if I remember correctly.
Here's your engine block.
Oh, here we go.
So the movie it's full ridiculous.
Don't get me wrong, I love the new Shazam movie. It was really good, especially all the throws to the comic. Like they showed Mr. Mind and the crocodile henchman and everything like that. It was great, but it just can't top this. And you can watch this over a period of time because it was a serial.
Yeah.
It ends on a cliffhanger every week.
And it's all on YouTube. You can find, you should be able to find it all on YouTube.
Look at that! Boom! You might have used a springboard.
Yeah, a little springboard for that, but and it just tosses a guy. It's like 40 stories. He just throws the body.
Well, he's letting this guy know you better talk, or this is what's coming.
Superheroes were not afraid of murder back in this time.
It was black hats and white hats, bad guys and good guys.
Yep. Yeah, and those stunts, while they do have like a sort of a sand pit for them to land in, they're still jumping like 20 feet.
Yeah, and trust me, falling, I've done a lot of falling.
Yeah. And
it hurts. Ice is probably the worst.
Yeah.
Ice is probably the worst thing I've ever fallen on, even worse than concrete. But it's hard to do.
And there's another point. He's just going to toss this mannequin into the water. I love it.
Well, at least there was water for that guy. Captain Marvel didn't give a crap.
He just threw the other guy off a building, concrete below be damned.
But this was a great series.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So I am 99% sure.
Just think, this was made right before America got involved in World War II.
Yeah, exactly, just before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly. So this one is a ton of fun. And a lot of you may be thinking, oh, it looks cheesy, oh, it's silly, it's no special effects. Nah,
Exactly.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun,
You're
especially
watching Tom Tyler kill people.
The action
Oh boy,
sequences.
he's going to toss. Now watch, he's got water on this side to throw him in. What side do you think he's going to throw the bad guy in?
Off the here we go. A quick poll for you viewers. Off the dam. There's no way he's throwing him in the water. He's throwing him off the dam. I mean, come on. But he's got to save the broad.
Of course he's going to save the broad.
The dame.
The dame. Tyler's like, can I throw her off of something too? No, cut.
But this movie's a ton of fun. Or this serial, we should say. The Adventures of Superman. So this particular preview, whoever put it up, called it the sadistic Adventures of Captain Marvel. And I just said Superman, but I meant Captain Marvel.
Because by today's standards, it's pretty
and this is a
over the
Republic
top.
serial. So Republic was very well known for all of their serials and everything they did. They did back in the day.
He also played Mandrake, and I want to say he played the Phantom, but don't quote me on it. Like in the serials,
Right.
I know he played Mandrake, but he might have been the Phantom too. He played King Features people a lot.
So, gotta watch a commercial. We have to watch a commercial apparently to get to the next one.
There we go. Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah. So, Blankman from 1994.
Yep.
Damon Wayans. And like many things today, this would probably be deemed culturally insensitive.
Really, you think?
Or maybe
But
not.
He's a hero.
Maybe it would be
He's a hero.
culturally positive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm at a loss anymore.
My suit's bulletproof. Shoot him in the head. Oh, shit.
But it's fun because it kind of makes fun of superhero movies while at the same time being a superhero movie.
He becomes a superhero in a world without any powers.
Yeah.
Which is my criteria for being, because a lot of people ask me, they're like, well, you were a superhero. What should I be watching? You know, and a lot of these kids, they watch like the Spider-Man movies and stuff like that. I'm like, how the hell does that even remotely apply to you?
Right. Unless that was real.
You need to watch Blankman. You need to watch Special. You need to watch Hero at Large with John Ritter.
What a great movie.
Right, and they don't. They watch the Avengers and this kind. And how is that even remotely going to tie into what you're doing?
And what the bald guy's talking about here is if you want to actually be a real-life superhero,
right.
What are the films that you're watching in order to do that?
And they watch all this MCU and DCU stuff, and it's like...
Which, fine entertainment, but it's not going to teach you how to be a superhero.
No.
Particularly.
Super with Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
Defendor with Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Those kind of things are what I recommend to them. But they always end up watching, just whatever's at the theater or whatever. But this was hilarious. On J5, there's the sidekick. J5 is nimbly on his way to save us. Well, then watch this. Watch this. Here he comes. Boom, boom.
As you can tell, the bald guy loves Blankman.
He also played another... Now, you said superheroes he'd never get away with now.
Yeah.
He was on a show called In Living Color.
Oh,
and
loved
he
In
played
Living
a
Color.
superhero in there called Handyman.
Yes, Handyman.
Handyman nowadays would be a lawsuit.
That's what I was
waiting
thinking of. Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah.
But Blankman, I think he could do another Blankman right now and get away with it.
Handyman, probably not.
Handyman, no.
Yeah.
Handyman, no. But Blankman, he could do.
And so here we have Swamp Thing from 1982.
Adrian Barbeau.
Yeah, Adrian Barbeau. This was actually a good movie. I really liked Swamp Thing.
The guy who always played Swamp Thing, a big tall guy, his name's Dick Durock. Most science fiction people will remember him. That episode of Star Trek, the Elan of Troyes.
Yeah.
He was the big tall guard that Kirk backed up into and gave him the elbow and nothing happened. And he went, oh shit. And he was also the other Hulk that Lou Ferrigno fought. Remember that one time he fought another Hulk?
Yeah.
That was Dick Durock.
Okay.
But he was always a stunt man as opposed to an actor.
Right.
So this was his big debut, and he always played Swampy.
Yeah.
In the show, in the movies.
Yeah, they did a TV show. They did multiple movies after this.
Yeah.
Because this was a hit back then.
Yeah, and that was all latex rubber. I saw him in an interview. That was a hard suit to wear.
I can imagine.
And he was quite happy when he finally got to retire. But
right, and not have to wear the swamp suit anymore.
Yeah.
But if you couldn't figure it out, so this would have been a DC film.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Man-Thing is Marvel.
Man-Thing is Marvel.
Right.
Swamp
Thing is DC.
I don't know which one. And that was Wes Craven that actually did Swamp
I
Thing.
didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Adrienne Barbeau was in the first one, and Heather Locklear was in the second.
Yeah, I think
right?
Heather Locklear was in the second one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so here.
Oh.
Mystery Men. One
here's
of my
another
favorites.
Good. This is
one
another
of my
one.
favorites.
Real life superhero movies. I just met Kinnear.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, down in Sarasota.
Yeah.
Remember I drove down there?
Oh, that's right.
I walked right up to him.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to get in my way. I was superhero.
Yeah.
And I walked right, we were in the festival, for Christ's sake. So I walked right up to him, and he says, well, wow, who are you? What are you doing here? And I said, I took his hand, and I shook it, and I said, I'm here to tell you it's time to put the Mystery Men back together. And he just died laughing. He says, I'm not in charge of that. Yeah, but he had a great guy.
Oh, my, this
Great
movie,
guy.
I saw this film, a good friend of ours, Todd Jones, passed away a couple years ago.
They just found the vet a few years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the stretch vet limo. It was
Yeah.
a 78 silver edition.
Todd and I saw this movie in the theaters. We were the only two people in the entire theater. This is like
You gotta be kidding me. 200-seat
theater, just Todd and I watching this thing. And we laughed our butts off, just laughed so hard throughout the entire film.
And
ever since then.
Let's see if they show Pencilhead.
Yeah.
Pencilhead is actually Doug Jones.
Oh, really?
A very famous suit actor.
Well, Doug Jones does all the suit stuff,
Right,
basically.
right.
Yeah.
Shape of Water, Hellboy.
Yep.
He was even, his first gig ever was as Mac the Knight for McDonald's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they didn't show him there, but he plays Pencilhead.
Yeah. But this is a fun movie.
Yeah.
Come on. It's got Ben Stiller, Greg Kinnear. It's a great cast.
But believe it or not, the main character is not in it.
Oh, really?
Yep. These are all sidekicks for a character in a comic book called The Flaming Carrot.
Oh, yeah, The Flaming Carrot, yes.
And he was originally what the movie was going to be about. But
Right.
I've even seen, you can see it on YouTube, there's test footage of the guy in the Flaming Carrot suit, and they just couldn't get it right.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get the little torch. They couldn't see a GI. Couldn't
This is
gen
probably
it in back then.
This is probably 2000-ish when this
right,
movie came out.
Right. So they couldn't
quite get it.
Yeah. And the guy that created Flaming Carrot actually did a thing on, I saw an interview about 10 years ago when we were all hot after the HBO documentary and everything. And he said, hey, did you expect this to happen? Are you upset? And he's like, no. He says, I knew real life superheroes were coming.
Yeah.
He says, that's why you've got your white collar guys like Batman and Iron Man that have a tremendous amount of money and everything. And Flaming Carrot and all of these guys, Shoveler and all of them, they were Rust Belt.
Yeah.
Flaming Carrot's superpower was a 9mm.
Right.
And he'd go out and shoot rats in the junkyard to practice and stuff like that. That was his superpower. And he always wore flippers in case he ever had to go in the water. But yeah, that is actually the main... what is that guy's name? Put it down here, the guy that created the Flaming Carrot.
Yes,
but I read an interview with him, and he was well aware of all of us.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm not shocked at all. He says, because I knew the Rust Belt superhero was going to become a thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, not even blue collar or white collar, but the Rust Belt.
Yeah.
And that's what these guys were.
Huh. Well, coming in next on our list, I know one of your favorites.
Oh, of course.
Batman the movie from 1966.
Yeah, this is the best one.
Yeah.
If you watch this, watch it with the commentary on.
Yeah.
Because Adam West and Burt Ward are just, the amount of knowledge that they have. This was shot in a hurry between the first and second seasons of the show. And the reason was because William Dozer, that created the show, wanted money for more toys. And he knew he could get it if he had a movie budget.
Right.
Now, I've actually been up in the helicopter that they use as the Batcopter in here. The Bat Boat was built by Glasgow of Texas, the same company that made all the PBRs for Vietnam.
Yeah.
And they were so impressed with the Bat Boat that they held the premiere of the movie in Texas.
Huh.
Just so all those employees could...
That's cool.
Because the Bat Boat,
Yeah.
you watch, I hope they show it take off here. It's not even in the water.
Right.
It's hydroplaning the whole... thing is incredible. Of course, Lee Merriweather was a Miss America.
Yeah.
And she went on to Barnaby Jones and stuff. She said she had to be sewn into that costume.
Sure.
She said it was the most uncomfortable thing she ever wore, but once she was in it, it helped her with the character and everything. But these guys were all giants. Cesar Romero, Burgess Meredith, Frank Gorshin, they were huge names.
Yeah, it's the equivalent, if they made this today, to getting like Robert De Niro and all these other guys to play the actors, the bad guys in the movie. And the shark with the shark repellent, come on. Yeah. Original Batman.
Bat repellent shark spray.
Yeah. Great stuff. A lot of fun. Yeah. And what's interesting to me about this, like this and Star Trek, both those...
There's the Batman.
Yeah, there's
the... there it goes. There it goes.
Yeah, thing's cruising.
Yeah.
That both those series only lasted 3 seasons.
No. Yeah, they...
Yeah.
And
but then lived on in syndication for...
did it air
forever?
It aired on ABC, right?
Oh, I don't know which.
Because I remember correctly, one of the other networks was going to pick it up for another season.
Yeah.
But they had already destroyed all the sets.
Yeah.
And the other network didn't want to rebuild them, so they just let it go.
Huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's interesting. All you needed back then was 3 seasons. 3 seasons at like 23, 24 episodes a season. You've got your 70-plus episodes, and you're in syndication. Now you can make money forever.
Adam West said in his memoirs that after this, his contract was so good because they never expected it to be anything.
Yeah.
They handed him the keys to the kingdom. They're like, go ahead, you're committing career suicide. We'll sign whatever you want.
Yeah.
He never had to work another day if he didn't feel like it after Batman.
Yeah.
Especially when it went into syndication.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the syndication's where you make money. And so I just watched this the other night, actually. The Rocketeer.
Blah. You love this movie. I think it's garbage.
You didn't like The Rocketeer.
I even did a video about how blah.
I liked The Rocketeer.
No, I can't stand it. The reason I can't stand it is because, to me, he's not... Howard Hughes in here is incredible.
Yeah.
And the guy they've got done up as Rondo Hatton is incredible.
Yeah.
But God, all the main character does throughout the entire thing is whine about his girlfriend. Just shut up. Go out and shoot a Nazi or something. Just shut up. Timothy Dalton is great as Errol Flynn.
Timothy Dalton is great in this.
As Errol
Timothy Dalton's
Flynn.
Great.
Yeah. They're still not sure if he was a Nazi spy or not.
Yeah. The real Errol Flynn. They don't call him Errol Flynn in this particular
He's Errol
film.
Flynn.
But he's supposed to be Errol Flynn, exactly.
Just like the big thug is Rondo Hatton.
Yeah.
And but that's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
I was even sitting in the theater just rolling my eyes going, is this guy... I got to admit, it's Jennifer Connelly.
Yes.
But still, dude.
Yeah. No, I will give you that.
The book was better. I read the novel. The novel was way better.
I will give you that it is annoying anytime you see a character just whining like that the whole time.
And it was based on a comic.
Yeah.
And the footage where the Nazis are testing their own
jetpack
and the guy explodes.
Yeah.
That's the creator of the comic.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, the guy that blows up in the rocket pack. That's
fun.
him.
And I like Timothy Dalton a lot too. I loved him as Bond.
Oh, they're all great actors.
I thought he was a great Bond.
What was the name of the guy that played him again?
Billy Campbell.
Billy Campbell. They thought he was just gonna be.
They thought he was gonna be the next
thing.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't happen.
Yeah, it just
didn't happen.
Yeah, and this is actually on the new Disney Plus app. So if you got Disney Plus, you can just pull up Rocketeer and watch it.
I don't recommend it. He does.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
In the book,
I like this era, and Jennifer Connelly, if you're into that sort of thing, is pretty great to look at in this film too.
The plane at the beginning of this that he flies, the GB.
Yeah.
Every GB, even the ones that are still in existence, have crashed.
Really?
And that one that they used had crashed twice over its history.
I wouldn't be wanting to use that
Well,
one.
they're very dangerous.
Yeah.
All little tiny wings and a great big radial
Yeah.
engine. They were designed to go fast.
Well, here we go.
And-
Coming in at number 1.
Oh, I had one more thing about
On the
the
list.
Rocketeer.
We're
if you
gonna
wanna
say one
pause
more-
there.
sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
In the novel, that's one of the reasons I like the novel better. He's crawling around the back of a movie set,
Yeah.
whining about his girlfriend, trying to, hook up with her and everything. And he runs around a corner and he bumps into a guy, literally like a wall. And he bumps into the guy and lands on his ass. And the guy reaches and he's dressed up like a Civil War plantation owner. And he goes, "Oh, let me help you, son," and stands him up. Says, "Hi, I'm George Reeves." And he says, "What are you working on?" He says, "We're filming this movie called Gone with the Wind over here."
Yeah.
And he dusts him off and everything. And he says, "Well, I'll talk to you later." And as he walks away, Cliff says, "Oh, wait, you dropped something." And it's a Superman comic.
Right.
And he had it in his pocket.
Oh,
And
that's
goes,
cool.
"Oh, thanks." And he sticks it in his pocket and walks away to go make Gone with the Wind.
And that's in the comic.
No, that's in the novel.
In the novel.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's fun. That's
Yeah.
fun. Well, segueing from George Reeves' Superman to Superman 3.
The best Superman movie ever made. It is the best. If you haven't seen this one, you don't know Superman. This is the best Superman. Richard Pryor is so fucking hilarious, and Robert Vaughn plays off of him so well. It's hilarious because Gus here becomes a computer genius. Ooh! And Robert Vaughn, he steals every half penny from somebody's paycheck with the computer, and Robert Vaughn is saying, "We'll never see him again. A man of this intelligence, he'll hide his tracks." And he looks down in the parking lot, and Richard Pryor comes whipping in a Ferrari 308, and the stereo's blaring and everything. And so then he gets Gus, Richard Pryor. He doesn't like the fact that the Colombians are selling more coffee than him, so he hires Gus to go mess up this weather satellite to destroy the Colombian. And nobody bothers to tell Robert Vaughn that weather satellites report the weather.
Right.
They don't control it. And he goes through this whole thing with a security guard. I think it was Flash Thompson.
Might have been.
Yeah, and he turns the two keys with it while he's drunk and using the other guy as leverage on ropes. It's just the funniest. And then Superman divides into Superman and Evil Superman.
Right.
And fights himself.
Yes.
Which has nothing to do with the
movie.
kryptonite whatsoever.
No.
You don't, because the suit gets... They couldn't find the unknown element in the kryptonite, so Gus has his pack of cigarettes with him, and he says, "Tar," and he puts that in there.
Basically, it's ridiculous.
Oh my God,
it's ridiculous Superman, but it's fun.
Right at the end of it, this is way before all your times, but a big controversy in the early 80s was what was called the MX missile.
Yeah.
And it was a nuclear missile program that Ronald Reagan was pushing. And everyone was like, "We don't need the goddamn thing. We've got enough missiles to destroy the planet 30 times over, and so do the Russians." But not Robert Vaughn. He's got one. He's
Right.
I'll get the MX ready, and he fires one at Superman.
As you can tell, the bald guy loves this movie.
Oh my God! It is the best Superman movie you have ever seen. If you haven't seen this one, see it. It is the best. Look at it was.
And as you can tell, a lot of our qualifications for top 10 lists.
Oh, I forgot Annette
are-
O'Toole was in it. She played Lana Lang.
Are fun. Is the movie fun?
Yeah.
Are the movies fun?
Oh my God, that movie! Even now, or the scene where he's describing what Superman does, and he takes the tablecloth and he puts it on. They say, "Da-da-da-da, Superman's bad boy," and Robert Vaughn goes, "I'll say he was." Talking about how he saved Columbia. And everything. Oh my God, it's funny. It's just the best.
And there you have it. Top 10 superhero movies that millennials have never seen. So we
Here
hope
you go, Facebook.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Tony and the Bald Guy. I know the Bald Guy had a good time with this one.
Oh, that was great.
Superheroes are
I love
right up his alley. So if you'd like to see more superheroes more, anything else, tell us the types of shows that you would like to see. So leave something in the comments saying
we're thinking about doing
watch.
70s TV shows. I just currently rewatched the whole Land of the Lost.
Oh, nice.
Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, 70s TV, Logan's Run TV series. There's all kinds of
There's so much stuff that we could get into.
Stuff that didn't even last a season, like Manimal and Future
I
Cop
remember
with
Manimal.
Ernest Borgnine.
There was another show in the early 80s. It was some sort of, was it Automan?
Yeah.
Automan. A guy
It's based on Tron.
Guy turned into a car.
Right. And
basically.
his sidekick was Desi Arnaz Jr.
Yes, Desi Arnaz Jr.
Right.
That's
Lucy's
right.
boy.
Yes.
Yeah, Lucy and Ricky's boy.
Lucy and Ricky's
Yeah.
boy.
Uh-huh.
That was one
Automan.
of the few things that he did.
Yeah. The Phoenix.
Yeah.
With the guy who played Khan's son.
Right.
In Star Trek 2.
And, we always forget.
But he looks like an alien anyway.
Always loved Buck Rogers as a kid,
Gil
too.
Gerard.
Yeah, Gil Gerard.
I met Gil Gerard at a con a few years ago.
Yeah.
And that just blew my mind because he had no line whatsoever. And I'm looking around and I'm like, this is Buck Rogers here. And he had no line whatsoever. And I walk up and he says, come on, son, pull up a chair. And I sat next to him at his table and we just shot the breeze for a good 20 minutes or so about the show. And he still stayed in touch with Gary Coleman. At the time, Gary was still alive, still had the suit he wore when he was in there and everything. And told me all about Tiger Man and how sore he was from the fight scenes all the time and all that white spandex he had to wear and everything.
And Aaron Gray.
Aaron Gray.
Yeah,
I've worked with Aaron Gray.
Yeah.
And he was just phenomenal, but he had no line. I could not believe it. I got an autographed figure of him. I got his picture. I got a picture with him. But I just couldn't believe it. The guy's Buck Rogers.
Yeah. And
I'm
surprised that they haven't tried to remake that yet. Like at some point.
Well, I think we're through the era. What was it? Was it from 2000? Was it the tweens, 2000 to 2010, that everything was a remake?
It still is now. I mean,
you think? I don't see it as
they're
much.
trying. Well, now that they have these franchises going, whether it's a Marvel franchise or whatever else, they just keep making more of those. But they'll redo it and they'll start from scratch and they'll do another. And they'll kind of keep going with those same ones. But maybe we're not. Because I
remember for a while there, and I want to say it was in the early 2000s that everything had to be a remake.
Well,
if it wasn't a remake, don't even approach the studio.
Yeah, maybe we're not seeing the stuff, say, from the 70s or 80s now being remade. It's more that these franchises that have gotten established, they're just continuing to churn that stuff out.
There gets Logan's Run.
But I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Buck Rogers. They tried to do a Flash Gordon TV series back 10 or 15 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, it had the kid from Smallville in it.
Yeah, and it was horrible.
Really? It was Flash Gordon.
Yes,
and
Flash
he was
Gordon.
a track star.
Yeah, he was. Well, they made him, so this is probably a whole other episode we can get into at some point in time. But if anybody remembers, the Flash Gordon Filmation animated series.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, it was him, Mandrake, and the Phantom.
Yeah,
together.
and so Flash Gordon in that, he is I think he worked for the Department of Defense or something like that.
That reminds me, he didn't put the Phantom with Billy Zane on there.
Well, we only had 10.
Or the Shadow, which is considered to be very offensive nowadays.
Well, maybe we'll do a part 2.
Well, I recommend those as both real-life superhero movies.
Well, maybe we'll do a real-life superhero movie version. Okay,
to a lot of kids, because those are two guys that know when it's time to quit goofing around and pull out the 45 long slides and start blasting. Like, remember in the Alec Baldwin, he's using the power to warp men's minds until one of them pins him to the wall with a crossbow bolt through his coat. Then he's like, fuck this, and pulls out a couple of long slides and starts blasting while and the Phantom was the same way. Billy Zane.
Yeah, Billy Zane. Yep. So, anyways, we're going to wrap up the top 10 superhero movies millennials have never seen. Hope you enjoyed the show. Let us know what you want to see next, and we'll see you next time.